A neighborhood nuisance questionnaire this week to downtown neighbors and businesses, asking them to describe how the homeless encampments are impacting their businesses and lives. So again, no lawsuit has been filed, but taking up the potential case is David Gelman. He's an attorney with the Gelman Law Firm. Also, Thane Rosenbaum. He's a distinguished professor with Tara University and a Newsmax contributor. Welcome, gentlemen. Thanks for coming on. For the purpose of this segment, David's going to represent the Sacramento district attorney, again, collecting those sort of surveys and input from residents, and Thane would represent the city of Sacramento, who could potentially be the defense, and again, a possible lawsuit. So kind of unique today. David, if you could just start us off with what sort of evidence the district attorney is looking for. What might a lawsuit really look like here?
Well, thanks, Emma. So look, you can call this whatever you want. You call it unhoused, you call it homelessness. It's all the same thing. You have individuals that are violating the laws of the city of Sacramento, all right? And you just can't have that. The DA, his job is very, very simple. He is the chief law enforcement for the city of Sacramento, and he has to protect the citizens of Sacramento. The citizens are the business owners, tourists who are coming there, and the people who are living there. And what he is doing is seeing that the homelessness are creating these huge issues for the whole city. All right. The homelessness are defecating all over the place. They're urinating all over the place. The crime is tremendous because of the homelessness as well. Thefts are up. Drug use is up. Sex acts are up. Everything is up because of this. So what he has to do is he has to take action. All right. And what action is he going to do? Well, he has no choice because the legislature is not helping out. The city is not helping out. So he has to force their hand. And by forcing their hand, by suing them, either civilly or criminally, he's going to be able to do that. Now, these questionnaires that he's sending out is going to be evidence in a case that he is going to be bringing. And it's going to show that they're not safe, that residents aren't safe, the city owners, the city businesses are not safe. They have to do something, and this is the first step in that situation.
Let's bring in Thane. In a statement, the city of Sacramento saying, quote, it remains committed to providing support to its most vulnerable residents while also enforcing its laws and ordinances. Can you give a response here, Thane? Again, the DA's possible case against his own city, and then also legally, how does that play out? Typically, a DA would serve the city, but in this case, this would be much different.
So, Sean and Emma, I've been on this segment many times, and in the spirit of robust debate, I'm always willing to play the foil, but I don't always agree with what I say, not entirely. So, look, we are a charitable nation. We embody Judeo-Christian values, virtues, and responsibilities, which means we feel responsible to be our brother's keeper. These people are homeless for the most part, not for any fault of their own. A lot of it is related to the pandemic. Homelessness is on the rise everywhere, not just in Sacramento, but in many major cities and urban areas. And this is not a failure of our city policies, but truly socioeconomic and moral considerations. And lastly, before I get to the point about who's representing whom in this case, look, using the legal standard of a public nuisance, referring to the homeless as a public nuisance, like we would refer to air and noise pollution, is unbecoming of a great nation and of a great city. Now, specifically answering your question, Sean, you're right. Normally, you would think the district attorney. There are city attorneys that essentially represent the cities. The district attorneys enforce the law of the state in that city. But there are city attorneys that would, in all likelihood, represent the city against the district attorney. It would look weird, and it would look very political for sure. And I bet it is political, right? Because, as we know, we just heard, crime is on the rise. It's not popular. And if you're the district attorney, this is a good move, right? This is a good move to generate some political capital. Sure. But it would be an interesting and weird-looking lawsuit, yes.
Yeah, I bet they all know each other, too, right? We know attorneys tend to know each other. And we thank the attorneys who will represent cases that they might not totally agree with for the purposes of National Report Court. So David Gelman and Thane Rosenbaum, thanks for making your case today. National Report Court is adjourned. We appreciate you guys coming on.